You're standing at the edge of a great challenge, one that feels insurmountable. Whether it's a personal struggle, a decision you have to make, or just the weight of the world on your shoulders, it feels like a mountain you can't climb. But here's the thing, you don't have to climb it alone. Today, we'll explore how faith can be the key to overcoming those mountains, with insights drawn from a heartfelt prayer and lessons we can all learn. In moments of challenge, many of us instinctively look upward, searching for peace, strength, and guidance. That's where faith plays a critical role, not just as a belief system, but as a practical tool for overcoming obstacles. Today's message dives deep into how faith can change our outlook, using the example of a profound prayer for strength, and we'll blend this with some personal insights and practical advice. The journey begins with humility. The first step to walking in faith is humility. Often, we find ourselves trying to control everything: our thoughts, our decisions, and even our future. But as the prayer opens, it emphasizes the importance of surrender. Bowing our hearts before a higher power, whether you call it God, the universe, or your own inner peace, requires acknowledging that we don't have all the answers. This act of surrender is not about weakness. It's about recognizing our human limitations. When we let go of our need to control, we open ourselves to the strength and wisdom that can only come from something greater than ourselves. As the prayer says, "Without you, I am nothing." This is a powerful reminder that our journey doesn't have to be walked alone. Faith in action. What does it look like? You may wonder, what does it mean to live by faith? Is it simply a belief, or does it translate into action? The prayer speaks to this beautifully when it asks for the kind of faith that moves mountains. But what does that really mean? Faith is more than just believing in something unseen. It's about letting that belief influence your decisions, your attitude, and your responses to life's challenges. Imagine being in a situation that feels overwhelming, like facing fear, doubt, or deep-rooted struggles. The mountains in your life could be anything: an upcoming exam, a challenging relationship, or even a personal goal that seems impossible to achieve. But faith isn't about pretending these problems don't exist. It's about believing that, with the right perspective and trust, you can overcome them. Faith in action looks like perseverance. It's the quiet strength that allows you to keep moving forward even when things are tough. It's what Job demonstrated in the Bible when he said, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." It's the kind of trust that goes beyond circumstances and sees the bigger picture. Transforming fear into strength. Fear is one of the most paralyzing emotions we face. It can stop us in our tracks, making challenges seem larger than life. But faith, when nurtured, has the power to transform fear into strength. Think of Daniel in the lion's den. He faced literal danger, yet his trust in God remained unshaken. This story isn't just about Daniel, it's about all of us. We all face lions in our lives, those daunting fears that make us feel small. But just as Daniel was delivered from the lions, faith can deliver us from our fears. This doesn't mean we'll never feel afraid, but it means that faith gives us the courage to stand firm despite that fear. One of the key insights from this prayer is the understanding that fear doesn't disappear overnight. It's a daily battle, but one where faith strengthens us for the fight. As the individual prays for the faith to move mountains, they acknowledge that fear is part of the journey. Yet, they also express confidence that God's strength is greater than any obstacle. The power of community and faith in others. Another important element of faith is the impact it has on others. The prayer highlights that faith isn't just for personal benefit, it's something that can inspire and uplift those around us. Think about it. When you see someone facing impossible odds with a calm confidence, doesn't that inspire you? Faith can be a light that shines into the lives of those we love. It brings hope where there is despair and encourages where there is doubt. As the prayer asks, "Let my faith be a light that shines into the lives of those I love," this is a call to action, not just to build faith for ourselves, but to use it as a force for good in the world around us. In our everyday lives, this could look like encouraging a friend who's going through a tough time, lending a listening ear, or offering words of hope. Faith doesn't always have to be about grand gestures. Sometimes, it's the small, consistent acts of kindness that have the biggest impact. Faith and the art of letting go. One of the biggest lessons from the prayer is the art of letting go of doubt, fear, and the need to control every outcome. This is one of the hardest things to do, especially in a world where we're taught to always strive, always achieve, always be in control. But faith is about recognizing that we don't always have the answers, and that's okay. It's about trusting that there's a bigger plan at play, even when life doesn't make sense. As the individual prays, they express the desire to trust in God's plan, even when life feels overwhelming. Personal reflection. Let me share a personal insight here. There have been times in my own life when I've faced mountains that seemed impossible to climb. Whether it was a personal struggle or a professional challenge, my natural instinct was to try to fix it, to solve the problem on my own. But the truth is, there are some things we can't solve alone. It was in those moments that I learned the value of letting go. Trusting that, while I might not understand everything right now, there's a greater purpose in the struggle. And more often than not, it was in letting go that I found the strength I needed to keep going. The promise of victory. One of the most hopeful aspects of the prayer is the reminder that the victory has already been won. In Jesus Christ, we are already victorious over life's challenges. This is a powerful truth, and it's one that we need to hold on to, especially in the face of adversity. The prayer highlights this when it says, "You have already won the battle for me, and now I just need to walk in that victory." This is a call to walk in confidence, knowing that we are not fighting a losing battle. The obstacles we face may be real, but they do not define us. Faith reminds us that we are more than conquerors. So, how do we live out this kind of faith? It's not about having all the answers, and it's not about never feeling afraid. It's about walking in trust, even when the road is difficult. It's about letting go of our need to control and surrendering to a higher plan. And it's about using our faith to inspire and uplift those around us. Faith isn't a one-time thing, it's a daily practice. It's something we have to cultivate, nurture, and lean on, especially in tough times. The lesson from this prayer is simple: we are not alone. Whether you're facing a mountain of doubt, fear, or struggle, remember that faith gives you the strength to keep moving forward, and with faith, all things are possible.